Welcome back, guys, and welcome back to In the Fishing Room. I'm back in my man cave and I'm doing some bits and pieces for some upcoming matches, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity to have a little catch up. It was the Big One show, Stoneleigh Park, this weekend, and it was an absolutely amazing show for Preston Innovations. Thousands of you came out to see us, said hello, caught up with all our consultants. Really great to see. Lovely show. Can't wait to get back for the Farnborough one. One thing that I must say is a huge thank you to everyone who said that they're enjoying the videos. I lost count of the amount of people who came up and said to me, and I was partnered with Lee Kerry, we were on a feed doing the feeder demonstration, and the amount of people who came and saw us and said, we watch your videos. I mean, it was really humbling. You know, the fact that what we do actually helps people with their fishing, I just think, you know, it's brilliant. So thank you everyone who came and said hello and said they enjoy the videos. You know, it really means a lot, and it just, you know, proves that what we're doing works. So that's really good. But if you didn't come to the Stoneleigh show, get yourself down to Farnborough for the Big One show. Preston Innovations will have a massive stand there once again. So New Baits will be there. They've got a stand this time as well with all the new match stuff. You'll have seen some of it, no doubt, on social media. So get yourself down to Farnborough if you didn't go to Stoneleigh Park. Now, one big thing that I've been working on recently is the launch of the 10-metre Edge Monster margin pole. The Edge Monster, the 8.5-metre Edge Monster, was a huge success for us last year. It was the first product that I actually worked on, marketing-wise, for Preston Innovations, and it did really well. And it's no surprise, really, because it's an amazing product. The pole is fantastic. I know people, you know, say, oh, it's a great pole for the money. No, that doesn't ring true. It's just a great pole, regardless of cost. You know, it's a lovely pole. And we got asked so many times to do a longer one, so we've obliged. We did a 10-metre model. So if you're looking for a margin pole, you need a bit more length than the 10-metre Edge Monster. Get one of them, under 200 quid, like I say. You know, you can put it in your hold all, and if you need it, it's there. Now, just recently, as I've been having all my house done up, my old man's been down loads recently. He still lives up in Knaresborough, and he doesn't drive, so I have to ferry him backwards and forwards and, you know, visit Knaresborough quite a lot recently, where I'm from originally. And one thing I did do the other week, I had a bit of time spare when I dropped him off. So I thought I'd go and have a little look at some lakes that I used to fish when I was a kid. When you think about it, the lakes in Knaresborough, they don't even have a name, they're just like the local gravel pits. There was a lot of gravel pits in that area. It's where loads of us used to go fishing. The local Knaresborough Piscatorials Club used to run the fishing there, and it was a great time, to be fair. We had, you know, lots of great fun there. My dad didn't drive, so we used to walk down there. It was probably about a mile from our house. We used to load him up like a pack horse, and we used to go down there and fish and God knows what. And I really learned, you know, my craft down there, to be fair. So I wanted to go and have a little look, and what I found was a little bit discouraging, I'd say. It still gets fished. Well, just watch the video. I took a little video while I was doing it. Well, hi guys, I am up. Something different today. I'm up in Knaresborough, my hometown, and it's just a flying visit. I've just dropped my dad off. He's been doing some work for me down in Northampton. And I just wanted to, while I was here, I've got a few hours spare, I just wanted to come and see the lakes where I grew up fishing. A place where we're all in this area, young kids, God knows how many people in this area used to come and fish these lakes. And that's the lakes in Knaresborough. And the first thing that I've come across is this, which is a terrible sign for anybody to see. And looking at the lakes, I can't believe it. It makes me sad. This is the first lake. Basically, these are gravel pits. There's a really big gravel pit over there. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But these are like a series of gravel pits that I all used to fish as a kid. Now, where all these reeds are, this used to be a peg here. That's the peg over there, gravel point. There's Dead Man's Corner over there because no one could get a bite over there. That was like the sandy peg there because there used to be a sandbank there that you could get in. We even cut a peg on that island. We used to jump across and get on that reedy island over there and fish. Just stuff we used to do as kids. And all these were pegs along here. And now look at it, overgrown. The path's still worn though, so people must still come down here. I suggest a bit of poaching maybe. Water's gin clear. Now this was a great place to learn. Full of fish, like loads of roach and bream and stuff. Just better make sure I lock my van. But yeah, absolutely full of fish. This is where it all started really for me. I grew up fishing here in the River Nid. Just have a little look through here.
It's just nice to come back and see these places, but like I say, it's such a shame seeing it all so overgrown, because all this is all grown since I was last here. These were all swims that you could fish. Let's have a look through here quickly. Oh, see, people are definitely fishing, because like that's cut out as a peg, isn't it? But there's a dead fish. What's that? Let's have a look. Little e-socks by the looks of it. Yeah, little pike. Used to be full of pike, these lakes. Now this peg is a corner peg. Basically there's a little channel that joins this lake up with another lake at that end, and the fish used to travel that when they were spawning. And this used to be a bit of a banker swim. Once caught some big perch out of this peg. But yeah, so this is like where it all grew up for me. There's another lake up there. Let's go have a look at the massive lakes. It's just a crying shame when you think there's countless kids and dads and lads' parents and stuff that used to fish here, and no one can do it now. Well, not supposed to do it anyway. Looks like plenty are still doing it, which is good. But we used to have kids matches on here and everything. You think when there's lakes like this that people can't fish, it's a crying shame. There could be another generation of anglers that are not getting a chance to go. Like my dad, we never used to have a car when I was growing up. Me and Dad used to walk down here with our kit, because it was within reach, you know, it was a couple of mile walk. So I'm going to have a look at the big lake, show you that. I'll come back in a minute. Out back, we're just at the far end of the first pond. This was the deepest pond at the venue. And so you catch bream and roach, a lot of tench actually in these lakes. Of course this was pre-commercial for us anyway. So you caught like 1 or 2 tench in a session, you were happy. But this lake here is like a specimen hunter's paradise. A bit overgrown. Right, we're right in amongst Storm Dennis, whatever his name is at the minute, so it might be a bit windy around here. But this is the fabled big lake in Knaresborough. Good to see plenty of people still. I spend hours down here, me and my dad. Looks like people are still fishing it, which is good to see. But this is a colossal water. I used to mainly pike fish this, but if I was still here, living up here, I'd probably fish this for skimmers and stuff. But this is a huge, huge water. This is just a small arm. It goes right up there, and it goes all the way around. That's middle of the lake where that pylon is, really. So what you can see here is the same again. This is all really shallow here, 3-4 foot, and it drops off to like 20-30 foot around there. Amazing venue. Looking at this, people are still fishing it. So it was real good pike fishing when I was a kid. Just go up here. Good to see people fishing it. Not that I condone fishing on private land, but you know what I mean. Needs must. So you can see, this is like quite a deep arm, this one actually. There's 3 of them on this lake. Weather's getting wild. Cracking water. Right, so that's it. That's me reminiscing done. The old nostalgia video. It's got me thinking back how things used to be. It's just sad that, you know, waters like this, it's just not just left to rack and ruin, really. It's still a beautiful place, you know. It's nice that nature can do its thing, I suppose, but ultimately it wouldn't surprise me if they're filled in and used for building. I'm sure that's the long-term goal of the landowners, which is a crying shame, really, you know, on a venue like this. But it's nice to see that people are still fishing here. Like I say, I don't condone it. Very naughty people fishing on private land, but good on them at the same time. But yeah, that's it. The Knaresborough gravel pits. A place I used to spend most of my life growing up.
So there you go, and there's the gravel pit. Bit of a shame to see it sort of left like that with no fishing, but you know, it does look like people are still fishing it, but you know, it'd be lovely to open that back up again. Now, as far as my fishing's concerned, I've got the Silverfish Final coming up this weekend. I qualified actually by winning the qualifier at Packington Summers. I think I did have £36, narrowly beating Jamie Hughes, the one and only, for the qualification spot. I had a great day catching loads of skimmers. But this weekend the attention switches to Hallcroft fishery for the final. Now, as you know, I've been fishing Hallcroft all winter on the feeder pairs without much success, it has to be said. We've had some poor draws, and I'm just hoping that a bit of good karma will be coming my way in the shape of a brilliant peg. But as always, I'll be super prepared. I've got an idea of what I want to fish. Obviously, it's not, any methods go on this match. It's not just a feeder match or anything like that. So, you know, it'll be bloodworm and joker fishing, a bit of pellet fishing, and maybe some maggots and casters as well. It should be an out-and-out pole day, so I've been topping up on rigs and hooks and stuff like that. I've also, because I've had to order bloodworm and joker, I've been looking after that. So here's a little video about the bait and what I'm going to be using. Hi guys, and this weekend is the Silverfish Final. £4 to the winner, so it'd be very nice to get a little touch on that one. And I just thought it'd be interesting to show you the bait that I'm sort of getting ready. So, interestingly, bloodworm and joker is allowed at Hallcroft. So it's got to kind of factor into the plan. Although I have heard that, you know, sort of bloodworm and joker isn't dominating proceedings, but you've got to have it when it's allowed, in my opinion. And having fish there with the feeder, when it's allowed, then you've got to have it. Big shout out to North Knots Fishing and Shooting. Those guys supplied bloodworm and joker throughout the winter, and did me an absolute solid by sending me it in the post because I couldn't actually get to them to pick it up. So nice one, lads. Big shout out to you guys. Thanks very much. The bait's top notch. That lovely joker. Ground bait wise, I'm going for the ever faithful F1 Dark and Thatcher's combination. You might notice that we've got the Thatcher's Dark as well, which is out anytime soon. I'm going to probably use 2/3 that to 1/3 that. I think that'll be a nice combination. I'm actually going to run it through a flour sieve. It's something I like to do. Not for any reason other than I just like it to be a bit stickier. I think the finer ground bit's a bit stickier. So yeah, I'm just sorting my bait out. So that's the ground bait I'm going to go for the day. I'm going to get some casters and dead maggots from the shop as well. But pretty simple stuff really. And we'll talk you through the rigs and that in the tackle room. So I just want to show you the importance of riddling your bloodworm, because it's travelled a long way. It comes from, like say, Europe, and obviously it's a water animal. It's, you know, it's a water creature, lives in water. So the fact that it's wrapped up in newspaper for could be a week, 10 days, who knows? By the time it's, you know, come from Europe, then it's in a tackle shop. So what I like to do, like I say, is give it a drink straight away, then shove it on a little riddle. This is like a maggot, an old, really old maggot, pinky riddle. Put it in water, just enough water to cover them. And as you can see there, there's a bit of live in there, but most of it's just dead stuff. Now you've got to get that off because it turns the water bad, which in turn kills the good stuff. Now this has only taken 10 minutes to do this. And I've ran it through a riddle. And then I've got rid of all the old stuff. And it might look like there's quite a bit of waste there, but there's not really in the grand scheme of things. And it's better that this stuff in here is really good. So what I do, just run it off, get rid of it with the help of a little sieve, put it in some fresh water. Once I've got everything dead off it, put it in the fresh water, and as you can see, that is just tremendous bloodworm. Look at that. Just brilliant stuff. Brilliant bloodworm. A couple of them on the hook, tip with a pinky or whatever. Perfect for skimmers. So yeah, so it's well worth, if you do want to use bloodworm and joker, get yourself a little riddle from the tackle shop, run it through. Don't be scared to throw away the stuff that's dead, obviously. You know, people think because they're spending a bit of money on it, they don't want to throw it away, but you've got to get them skins out your water, otherwise it'll turn your water bad. So get that on there, and as you can see, there's enough there for probably 3 sessions out of 1 hook pack, so don't worry about not having enough bait. There's plenty in the packs, so that's a match pack. Plenty of bloodworm there. So there you go, that's the bait. The importance of looking after your bloodworm is massive. I can't overstate that. get your bait right, it will catch you more fish. Quality hook bait is essential in any kind of fishing, particularly when it's bloodworm. If the bait on your hook is the best in your peg, you're going to get more bites, as simple as that. Now on the actual rig front, I'm keeping it pretty simple. I've got some prototype sort of wire stemmed round body floats for my bloodworm fishing, 0.6, 0.8, that kind of thing, for holding on big bunches of bloodworm over the top of my ground bait. But to be honest, I've been tipped off by my old mate Tom Scully that, you know, Chiantis are the way to go, and that's music to my ears. I love fishing like that with strung out rigs and dotted down floats, and the Chianti is the master for that. So what I've been doing this evening is tying up some Chiantis. These are the new ones. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully it'll zoom in. We've got the new Chiantis there. I've tied them from 4x12s all the way up to 4x16s. I think that'll cover me nicely. What I've done some with like a bulk and free droppers, and then I've done some with strung out number 11 shot. The cane bristle on these just works a treat. When you're fishing like single maggot, single caster, maybe even like a couple of bloodworm and a maggot, that kind of thing, these floats are just so good. You can dot them down and they'll just trundle along in the toe, and the cane bristle will hold them up and then just waiting for a bite. Now, sometimes you've got to nail your bait for these skimmers, but I often catch them like tripping through. So the Chiantis are there. I've also got some F1 pellets. You see that? 4x16, 4x14, 4x12. I'm hoping to catch on pellets at some stage in the match, and I think these floats will be perfect for it. I've topped up my hook length box. I've got a dedicated Silverfish hook length box that I use. I've got all sorts of bits and bobs in there. I've got some old 412s, PR412s, and incidentally it's my last packet that I bought from the tackle shop that I found gathering dust. PR412s, sadly you can't get them anymore, but you know, they're a really good hook. They're a long shank hook. I'm going to plead with them to try and do them again. I've got some of those tied up in 6 inches. They'll cover my maggot fishing. And then I've got some SFLs for my pellet fishing. And I'll probably use the 412s for my bloodworm as well. So just a few hooks there. I'm not going to go mad. It's going to be a simple approach, really. You know, hopefully it's going to be a simple day. So I don't need loads of kit. You know, I'm going to try and keep it nice and simple and hopefully get on enough fish to do the damage. I just want to say hats off to the Angling Trust and Catch More Media for the actual Silverfish event. It's not been sold out by any means. The qualifiers have had real mixed numbers, and a lot of people were, you know, gossiping about what the final payout would be. And the payout's fantastic. It's 4,000 to the winner. I think there's 2,000 for second place, 1,000 for third, 800, 500. Real good money. You know, they're paying out loads of money on the day, which for a 40 peg match, I think is fantastic. So well done, guys. Certainly an event that I will enter next year, and I'm sure it will go from strength to strength every year going forward. But that's it from me this week. I just wanted to touch base on what I've been up to. Like I said, the big one has taken up loads of my time over the last sort of 10 days. But there'll be plenty more videos coming. I'm out with Lee Kerry tomorrow, so hopefully I'll get a little snippet from there to show you. But thanks everyone for watching, and tight lines.